Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Ashley and I am the crochet designer slash business strategist here behind A Crafty Concept. A couple weeks ago I released this video telling you guys all about my Black Friday haul of all the fun things that I got for Christmas as Christmas gifts for my friends and family, but also as a few things for myself as a business owner that I needed to make my life easier. One of those things that I needed was a printer because, as if you watched the video, my last printer was about to drive me crazy. So I bought myself a new one. I got it on Black Friday, so I got a pretty good deal. I asked you guys if you wanted to see a review style video of the printer I got, how I like it, how I installed it, all the things. Something new we started here at A Crafty Concept for 2023 is coffee sponsors. And I'm so excited and honored to share with you guys my very first coffee sponsor, and that is Tara. Tara said, "You are amazing, doing amazing work, helping all of us yarny friends. Thank you." Thank you, Tara. Your words of encouragement mean more to me than you know. As a 7 on the Enneagram, my love language is words of affirmation, so thank you so much for taking the time to do that, and thank you for being this video's coffee sponsor. If you like this video, like my channel, find value here, and want to be a coffee sponsor, you can go to acraftyconcept.com/coffee. It's also linked down below for you, and you can donate there, help support my channel, and I will be shouting out people for every new video that I post from now until the end of time. I would just also like to point out that Tara was my very first coffee sponsor, and when I saw that notification come through on my computer, I about peed on myself. I was so happy. Thank you, Tara, for being my first coffee sponsor. I appreciate you dearly.
Now, back to the review.
A couple of you commented that yes, you would like to see a printer review, so ask and you shall receive. If you watched my Black Friday haul, you saw that my last printer that I had was driving me absolute bonkers. I was so frustrated trying to work with that thing. Every single time I needed to use it, something went wrong. It always pulled out like 5 or 6 sheets of paper anytime I was trying to print just one thing. Never worked right. It was always giving me fits, and I hated it to death, and I wanted to throw it away. So I did. I threw it away, and I finally got me a new one. After months and months and months of being without a printer, I finally got me a new one. I really like having a printer here for my crochet business because I design a lot of printables, and if I have my own printer, I can print them out and test them before I give them out to you guys, so I know that they are high quality and I'm not just giving you stuff that looks good on my computer but looks horrible when you go to print it out. My old printer was called an Epson Workforce printer. 10 out of 10, do not recommend. My new printer is an HP Envy. Right away, I liked this thing better than my Workforce because it was small and it was white and it was dainty and it takes up just a little bit of space on my shelf and it looks really nice with all of my other white things. I'm trying in 2023 to design my craft room in a way that helps spark creativity so I can put out better content for you guys. And one of the ways that I'm doing that is trying to make everything look cohesive and aesthetically pleasing because I'm going to be in here 40 hours a week, if not more. So I need to be surrounded by beautiful things, right? So the fact that it was white and sleek and dainty and aesthetically pleasing was at the top of my priority list just for the sake of inspiration and peace of mind. Installing this thing was super simple. I just plugged it up and then I got the app on my phone, the HP app, and then the app told me what to do on my printer to hook it up to my Wi-Fi and to get it all ready to go. It was super duper simple. I really like the app because if there's something going on with my printer, it puts a little red dot or like it lights up a little bit on the little trackpad, and then the app will tell me what's going on. It'll say you're out of paper or there's paper jam or you're out of ink or whatever. The app will let me know what's going on. It's really handy. Another thing that I like about this printer is it's wireless. So I can print from my computer, I can print from my phone, I can print from my iPad, anywhere in the house. Like I don't have to be plugged up to it. I can print anywhere I want. And you might think, Ashley, it's 2023. Of course there are wireless printers. My other one did not work well, okay? I'm coming from a horrible, horrible printer experience into this much better printer experience. And I am psyched about the wireless printing. It is so much more convenient for me to not have to like go be next to it when I'm trying to print something. Another thing that I really like about this printer is it comes with 6 months of free ink. That's what was marketed to me in the Amazon listing when I bought it on Black Friday. 6 months of free ink. I didn't know how they were going to do that, but I was just trusting the process. Well, I learned that this printer is connected to the internet, hence the wireless, and they monitor, to the best of my understanding, they monitor how many sheets of paper that I print and how high and low my ink levels are. And then as soon as my ink levels get low enough, they send me new ink. I don't have to think about it at all. It was the easiest process. I still had plenty of ink. By the time I got my second thing of ink, I still had plenty. So I was like, I'm not gonna change it until it like starts looking funny on the paper. And I left it in there for a couple more weeks even and still was able to print. And then eventually I had to switch to the new ink. And I didn't have to do a thing. It was so easy and simple. Like, I don't know if you guys stress about having to do things and making appointments and staying on top of certain like scheduled things. Like for me, it's getting my hair cut. I really don't like making haircut appointments or having to stick to them. I also don't like running out of ink, trying to think about when I need new ink, going to Office Depot and spending $75 on new ink. I don't have to do any of that with this printer. This printer sends the ink to me. So it only comes with 6 months free ink. But then after that, you can sign up to this ink program that they have. It is called HP Instant Ink, and it is a printer ink subscription where they monitor your ink and send you new ones when you need it, and you pay monthly, and it is so cheap. I'm not kidding. I used to spend $50 to $75 for ink for my printer, and I thought that was just printer life. If you have a printer, you're gonna have to buy expensive ink for it every so often. Not with HP Instant Ink. What's really good about Instant Ink is there are multiple plans you can choose from, so you can choose the plan that best suits your printing needs and your budget. So the lowest one is for $1 a month. You can get 10 pages worth of ink. I don't know if that is 10 full color pages or 10 like partially color, I don't know. But you get 10 pages for only $1 a month. Then they have one called Occasional, which is $4 a month, and it gives you 50 pages. They have one that's called Moderate, which is $6 a month, and it gives you 100 pages. That's the one I am set to sign up for as soon as my 6 months of free ink is over. I'm going to be on the Moderate, and if I see that I need more, I will go up to the next one, but I think Moderate will be fine for my needs here in my home. The next one is called Frequent. It's $12 a month and it's 300 pages, and then there's one called Business for $25 a month that is 700 pages. I like paying for convenience. If I can pay for something that is going to make my life 10 times easier, I can use that time that it's saving me to work on my business, to work in my business, which will make me more money. Instead of saving money at the beginning, I'm spending a little bit of money, saving a lot of time so I can make a lot of money. It just makes sense in my brain. I don't know if it's coming across in your brain, but it makes sense in my brain. So I love it. I am here for the HP Ink subscription service. Now that I have went over all of the things that I like about this printer, I do need to point out a couple things that I do not like about this printer. First, it only holds a very small number of sheets. I don't know exactly. I would guess maybe 50. It's a very small tray to hold the paper, so you have to put new paper in it all the time. That's a downfall. I guess that's why it's so dainty and sleek and is aesthetically pleasing, because it's so small, but it cannot hold a whole ream of paper. Like, it's a very small amount of paper. I tried to print business cards off using this printer with a design on the front and the back, and it did not work. Okay, this printer does do front and back printing, where it will take your sheet, print the front, and then pull your sheet back in and then print the back, which is really handy, and it works well if you're just doing it on a piece of paper. But when I tried to do it with business cards, my design was all wonky. It kept printing on half the page and not the other half of the page, like not the front half and the back half, like literally halfway down one side of the page would not print. It was a disaster, and I worked on it for probably an hour, and I got very frustrated very fast, and eventually I was able to make it work, but it was not near as nice as it should have been based on my design, right? And I don't know if it was user error or printer error, but I kept trying different things on my end to try to make it better on the user error side of things. So I'm not sure if it was my fault or its fault, but whatever it was driving me crazy, and it did not work well for that. So if you are wanting a printer to print business cards off of, I would just suggest going to Vistaprint. I get all of my business cards printed at Vistaprint, and they do an excellent job. It's not sponsored. I've just always shopped with Vistaprint. So all in all, this is a great printer for my needs as a crochet business educator, I guess, and designer. I design free templates and Valentine's Day cards and wrap labels, just all kinds of fun stuff that crocheters can use in their business to package and sell their products. So I got this printer so I could test those things. I also got it so I can print out my research materials. I am constantly learning how to grow my business and how to serve my audience better, like 24/7. It is just a part of my daily routine. And a lot of that involves getting courses, ebooks, stuff like that, and I like to print it off on a piece of paper so I can save it in my folders and I know where they're at when I need to get to it again, and I can highlight it and I can circle and I can make notes. Like, I like having paper, so that is why I wanted a printer for my PDFs that I design and resource materials, so I can print them off and read them with my hands. I also like to use it to print off random calendars because sometimes something new might be happening for a month and I just need one sheet calendar for that month. So I'll just print it off and then fill it in by hand, and then I have it on a piece of paper. I also occasionally will print photos of my family. We just moved into our house a couple months ago and we're still putting pictures in frames and stuff like that. So every now and then I'll just run in here really quick and print out a photo that I need to put into a frame that I have so I can hang it up and just get things going. I don't like having things just kind of hanging over me waiting for me to do them. I don't know exactly what your printer needs are, but if they sound anything like my printer needs, this printer is really good. I'm gonna give it like a 9.5 out of 10. It would be 10 out of 10 had it not made me so angry with the business card thing. Like, the small amount of paper I can handle, but the business card thing really stressed me out. So 9.5 out of 10. I will put an affiliate link to this printer down below, and if you are an Amazon Prime user, you will be able to get this via Amazon Prime with the free shipping. One final little thing, I have a special message for any and all crochet business owners watching this video right now. If you are a crochet business owner and you have a business already, or you're thinking about turning your hobby into a jobby, I am hosting my first ever live masterclass on February 27th, so this month. I have never done this before, but I am extremely excited. It is going to be a really fun time. The class is called 5 Steps to Building a Successful Crochet Business. It is absolutely free. It will be hosted here on YouTube, and I would love to have you join. So mark your calendars for February 27th. There'll be more information of that coming out very soon, so sign up to my email list so you don't miss a single thing. I'm going to have multiple times that you guys could sign up for, so hopefully there will be one that suits your time and schedule perfectly. Even if you already have a crochet business, if you feel like you're spinning your wheels and things just aren't moving, if you feel like you're not growing as fast as you would like to grow, if you feel like you're still struggling to get sales or you're still struggling to show up on social media, you will still find immense value from this masterclass. So go ahead, mark it in your calendar. It's absolutely free, so you have nothing to lose. Come hang out with me and chat on February 27th and subscribe to my email list so you do not miss the email notifications that I send out, letting you guys know more details. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. I hope you found this video helpful. If you've been in the market for a printer, I hope this gives you a little bit of a better idea of what to expect from this printer. I forgot to mention that it is also a scanner, so you can scan things and print them that way, or I probably even scan them to your computer. I don't use the scanner, but my 7-year-old daughter does, because sometimes she likes to make a copy of a coloring page before she colors it so she can color it more than one time. She's just smart like that. My first time doing a product review, so let me know how I did. Let me know if you need more information in the future. Also, if you have any questions from something that I didn't answer, let me know in the comments and I will answer them for you. I promise I will get better with product reviews as I keep doing them here in the year of 2023. As always, give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Hit that subscribe button if you want to see more crochet business tips and free crochet pattern videos, and I will see you next time. Thank you so much for being here. Have a great day, a wonderful week. Bye for now.